Ever since I was a jit, I knew I was a winner. I pray to God forgive me cause I'm a born sinner. Got more on my plate than a Thanksgiving dinner. Gotta save for rainy days cause shit do get thinner.
Yo, how we giving it up, man? It's your boy Jumpout L.O, and you tuned in to Check Your Mental. And today I want to talk about never question God, right? Never question God. And the reason why I say that is sometimes we could be going through a difficult moment or a difficult time or difficult situations. And the first thing we're known to do is, oh man, why God? Why me? Why me? Why am I going through this, right? But if you sit down and reevaluate the situation and you look back, you can notice that sometimes it's a blessing in disguise. Sometimes you notice that at that very moment, you're not going to realize that happened because it was supposed to happen. And if it didn't happen, something worse could have happened, right? So instead of questioning him and asking him, hey, why me? Why not me? And thank him and ask him for what's the lesson behind all of this? Why am I going through all of this at this moment, right? Like I said before a while back, when my friend died, right? I thought it was like the end of the world. I thought my whole world crashed on me. And I was in a very dark moment, a very dark point of my life, right? And a blessing came out of that because I turned the negative into a positive. I found myself in the midst of my depression, in the midst of me missing my friend. I found my true calling in life. I found out that I was put on this earth to give positive energy and positivity to my peoples and just give that energy to the ones that reciprocate that energy, right? For the people that want that energy. Because at first I didn't understand why. I understand God, like why? Why he took my friend away from me. But if that would have never happened, I would have still been stuck in that world, right? And sometimes somebody dies and people become worse. People become bitter and mad at God. But instead of doing that, I wanted to serve God and be God's loyal servant. And that's what I did. I became God's loyal servant. And I live for God. I live for the Lord. And I live to serve humanity and help humanity become a better place, right? Because like I always say, the world lacks compassion, the world lacks love, and I feel like I was put on this earth to give compassion and give love and to show people that change is possible, right? So don't dwell on what happened. Instead, look at the lesson. Why did this happen? And look back and analyze it. And I guarantee you, when you look back years later, you're gonna notice that had to happen. And if that didn't happen, the sequence of events wouldn't have followed up after that. So just be patient and understand that it could be a blessing in disguise. The thing that you're crying about today, the thing that you're feeling sorrow for today, could be the biggest blessing in your future. So do not dwell on it. Do not dwell on situations. Do not dwell on things you lost. Do not dwell on even relationships that are no longer here. You might have broken up with the girl that you might have thought that was the girl of your dreams. And you were heartbroken for years, right? But then you met another person that you valued because you knew what it was to lose that first one. You learned that lesson from that first relationship. So losing that person was a blessing in disguise because you would have never lost that person. You would have never found the one that you thought was the one. God has great things for us, right? And if he takes something away, please believe he's going to replace it with something 10 times better. So anything that he removes from your life, removes from you, please believe you're going to get something 10 times better than what you lost. Because that's how God works, right? And if you believe in him and you believe in the universe, whoever your higher power is, you're going to understand that he's not going to remove anything if he's not planning on replacing it with something better. I'm living proof. Every time I lose something, God rewards me with something bigger. Because I don't blame him anymore. I thank him and I ask him, God, there's a reason for all of this. Whatever the reason is, I'm here for it. And am I going to say that it doesn't hurt? Absolutely it hurts. It hurts when you lose friendships. It hurts when you lose relationships. It absolutely hurts when somebody betrays you or you feel like you're being, when somebody betrays you or somebody do you wrong. It absolutely hurt, right? But what are you going to do with that pain? What are you going to do with that hurt? Are you going to be bitter and be angry at the world? Or are you going to take that pain and you're going to turn it into passion and do something positive with your life, right? For me, that's my calling. I don't fight fire with fire. I try to look at the bright side of everything and look at, okay, what does God want from me at this moment? And then I reevaluate the situation and I say, okay, this wasn't serving me, this wasn't serving me, this wasn't serving me. Oh, okay, I get why he removed that from my life. And always, one more thing too, follow your gut feeling. Follow your gut and always stick to your gut. When your gut feeling is telling you something, don't question it. Don't question that intuition. If you felt somewhere or you felt something, don't wait till something happens to be like, damn, I knew that all along, or I knew this would happen. Don't wait for that. That was me for a very long time, right? For a very long time, I'll wait till things happen, even though I felt it in my gut that something was going to happen. And then when it happened, God showed me and it hurt it like crazy. Why? Because he was warning me months before, but I chose not to listen, because that's how we are. We're stubborn human beings, right? We refuse not to listen to the warnings. We refuse not to listen to the little hints that God give us. We just keep going, right? We just keep going until, boom, we hit that wall. So, right? Oh my God, these bugs, you could tell it's summer, right? You could tell it won't mean it's spring. The bugs are in full effect, but like I said, right? Look at the blessing in every situation. If you look at the blessing, you will understand that it's a beautiful lesson behind it. Everything that you're going through right now at this moment is going to prepare you for your future. Everything that you encounter, all the bad things that you think are bad, look for the lesson behind each and every one of those situations. And you're going to understand, and you're going to understand, and you're going to know, okay, this is why I went through this, right? I went through this because I needed to get here. Don't look at the bad. Look at the good in everything. Because if you look at the good and the lesson and everything, it's never a loss. How could it be a loss if you learn something from it, right? How could it be a loss? There's no way you could lose if you learn. You know, so like I said, man, don't be mad when things happen. Look for the lesson. A beautiful thing is going to come out of that. It always does. God is never going to take something from you, and he's not planning to replace it. Whether you lost that job, right? You lost that job that you've been working so hard and you get fired, you lose it. And then you're like, oh my God, what am I gonna do? Losing that job might inspire you to start a career. That job that you love so much might have inspired you, once you lost it, to start a career, to start a business, to go back to school, just because you took that loss. And later on, you're gonna realize, yo, man, I'm kind of grateful that I got fired, because now I got my own business. I started a career doing X, Y, and Z, all because I lost that job that I thought it was my world. Don't hold any attachments to anything, right? Don't attach yourself to anything. Don't attach yourself to any ideology. Attach yourself to nothing, right? Always believe that there's room for growth, and always believe that there's a reason behind that situation, right? And I manage out with that today. Make sure you look at the blessing out of every situation. And I'm going to ask you this, right? I want you to comment below your answer. What situation are you going through that's hard right now that you think is a curse? And I challenge you to look for the good out of that situation. Look for the benefits out of the situation. You're going to see how it's going to change your perspective on things, right? So make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share the channel, because we're trying to spread love and positivity to the world. We're trying to spread love and positivity to the world. So you tuned in to Check Your Mental. This your boy Jumpout L.O. I'm out.
People hate you when you speak the truth.